Philippe Coutinho, from Liverpool to Barcelona. In January 2018, Philippe Coutinho completed his long-anticipated transfer from Liverpool to FC Barcelona for a staggering fee of €160 million, including bonuses. At the time, this made him the third most expensive footballer in history. Barcelona viewed him as the heir to Andres Iniesta and expected Coutinho to become the creative leader of their midfield. Meanwhile, fans and experts alike believed Coutinho was entering his prime and could dominate at the highest levels. Coutinho's stats at Liverpool had justified the hype. Before the transfer, he scored 41 Premier League goals and provided 35 assists across 5 seasons, often dazzling with long-range shots and incisive passes. He was central to Liverpool's attack, their primary playmaker, and widely considered among the top 5 attacking midfielders in the world. However, Coutinho's career stalled dramatically after the transfer. At Barcelona, his style of play didn't align with the club's system. Barcelona preferred positional play and controlled passing sequences, while Coutinho thrived on quick transitions and individual creativity. He struggled to fit either as a left winger or as a central midfielder. His confidence declined rapidly as his performances failed to meet expectations. In his first full season, Coutinho registered just 5 goals and 2 assists in La Liga across 34 matches. Fans and media labeled him a flop. Barcelona tried to recover value by loaning him to Bayern Munich in 2019, where he briefly revived his form. But even there, he wasn't a starter. Notably, Coutinho scored twice against Barcelona in the 8-2 humiliation, highlighting how far he had fallen from Barcelona's plans. Barcelona eventually sold him to Aston Villa in 2022 for around €20 million, a loss of over €130 million compared to his purchase price. Coutinho's transfer is now considered one of the worst in Barcelona's history and effectively ended his career at the elite level. Once seen as one of football's brightest talents, Coutinho became a symbol of failed big-money transfers. Eden Hazard from Chelsea to Real Madrid. In the summer of 2019, Real Madrid paid Chelsea approximately €115 million for Eden Hazard, with potential bonuses pushing the total fee toward €150 million. At the time, Hazard was 28 years old and widely regarded as one of the best players in the world. He had just delivered an outstanding season with Chelsea, scoring 16 Premier League goals and providing 15 assists. His dribbling, acceleration, and vision made him Chelsea's primary attacking threat and one of the most entertaining players in Europe. Real Madrid viewed Hazard as the long-term replacement for Cristiano Ronaldo, who had left for Juventus a year earlier. Fans and analysts expected Hazard to be the new leader of Madrid's attack, guiding them into a new era of dominance, both in La Liga and the Champions League. However, Hazard's transfer to Madrid turned into one of the most disappointing in modern football. From his first pre-season, concerns arose about his physical condition. He arrived reportedly overweight and lacked the sharpness that defined his Chelsea years. His Real Madrid debut was delayed by injury, and over the next 4 seasons, Hazard would be plagued by recurring fitness issues, primarily ankle injuries, which severely limited his playing time. Won across 4 seasons at Real Madrid, Hazard made only 76 appearances in all competitions, scoring just 7 goals. For context, he had scored 21 goals in his final season at Chelsea alone. His explosive dribbling was gone, and his confidence visibly eroded with each injury setback. Fans expected to see a Ballon d'Or contender. Instead, Hazard became a bench player, often unavailable and ineffective when called upon. Real Madrid terminated his contract in 2023, a year before its end, with the player agreeing to leave without compensation. By that point, Hazard's market value had collapsed, and his career at the top level was essentially over. His transfer, once celebrated as the next Galactico signing, became a cautionary tale about relying on aging players and overlooking physical conditioning. Antony, from Ajax to Manchester United. In August 2022, Manchester United signed Antony from Ajax for a transfer fee of €95 million, including potential bonuses. This made Antony one of the most expensive signings in the club's history and the most expensive Brazilian footballer ever. United's management and fans expected Antony to bring creativity, pace, and consistent goal contributions to their right wing, a position that had been problematic for years. At Ajax, Antony had shown moments of brilliance. His dribbling skills, close control, and left-footed finesse shots earned him admiration in the Eredivisie. During his final season at Ajax, he scored 8 goals and provided 4 assists in 23 league games. While not staggering numbers, his technical ability and flair were considered suited for the step up to the Premier League, especially under Erik ten Hag, who had coached him at Ajax. However, Antony's time at Manchester United quickly raised concerns. His goal output was poor from the start. In his first Premier League season, Antony scored only 4 goals and provided 2 assists across 25 matches. His tendency to cut inside onto his stronger foot and shoot from distance became predictable for defenders. His dribbling lacked end product, and he struggled physically against Premier League defenses. Critics highlighted his lack of decision-making in final third situations, with many pointing to his overuse of skill moves without practical purpose. Despite high expectations, Antony rarely influenced games decisively. Fans and analysts questioned the club's decision to pay nearly €100 million for a player with modest output even in the Dutch league. By his second season, Antony's role at Manchester United had diminished. He was often left out of the starting lineup or substituted early in matches. The investment made in Antony, both financially and tactically, yielded disappointing returns. What was meant to be the solution to United's right-wing problem instead became a glaring weakness, and Antony's career trajectory now faces serious doubts as his confidence and market value decline. Jadon Sancho, from Borussia Dortmund to Manchester United. In July 2021, Manchester United secured the transfer of Jadon Sancho from Borussia Dortmund for a fee of €85 million. At just 21 years old, Sancho was considered one of the most promising young wingers in the world. His numbers at Dortmund supported this belief. In his final Bundesliga season, Sancho contributed 8 goals and 11 assists in just 26 matches, following a previous season with 17 goals and 17 assists. His dribbling, creativity, and composure in front of goal made him a sought-after talent across Europe. Manchester United's management and fanbase expected Sancho to transform their attack. He was supposed to fill the right-wing role, providing both goals and assists consistently. Sancho's ability to beat defenders and his maturity in decision-making at Dortmund created the image of a complete attacking winger who could thrive in the Premier League. However, Sancho's move to United derailed his career development. In his first Premier League season, he scored just 3 goals and registered 3 assists across 29 appearances. He struggled to adapt to the physicality and pace of the league. His confidence dropped visibly as his performances came under heavy criticism. Unlike at Dortmund, where Sancho had space to attack and systems designed to exploit his skills, at United he often appeared isolated and disconnected from the team's build-up play. Managers deployed him in multiple positions, including both wings and even centrally at times, preventing him from settling into a consistent role. Off-the-field issues further complicated Sancho's time at United. In September 2023, a public dispute with manager Erik ten Hag led to Sancho being excluded from first-team activities for several months. This disciplinary problem damaged his reputation and indicated deeper personal or psychological struggles. By early 2024, United loaned Sancho back to Borussia Dortmund. His career, once poised for global superstardom, now faced an uncertain future. From being one of the brightest young players in Europe, Sancho's high-profile move to Manchester United became a textbook example of a transfer that halted player development instead of enhancing it. Donny van de Beek, from Ajax to Manchester United. In August 2020, Manchester United signed Donny van de Beek from Ajax for approximately €40 million, with potential add-ons. At the time, van de Beek was considered one of Europe's most promising midfielders. His performances in Ajax's 2018 to 2019 Champions League run had drawn global attention. In that campaign, he contributed vital goals against Juventus and Tottenham, playing as an advanced midfielder known for late runs into the box and intelligent link-up play. At Ajax, van de Beek was central to their attacking system. He thrived in a role that balanced technical passing with off-the-ball movement. Across his final season at Ajax, he scored 8 league goals and provided 6 assists in just 23 matches. Expectations were that at Manchester United, he would bring creativity, vision, and attacking impetus from midfield, potentially becoming a long-term successor to players like Juan Mata. However, the transfer quickly stalled his career. Van de Beek struggled to find playing time under then-manager Ole Gunnar Solskjaer. The system used at United did not require a pure attacking midfielder in his mold. Instead, United prioritized a double-pivot midfield system, focusing on defensive solidity and pace-driven attack, which left little room for a player of Van de Beek's profile. During his first Premier League season, Van de Beek made only 4 starts. Across all competitions, he totaled just 1,456 minutes of football, equivalent to less than 16 full matches across an entire season. His lack of opportunities was not due to injury, but rather tactical preference. Confidence and form deteriorated as he remained sidelined. Even with managerial changes at United, including Ralf Rangnick and Erik ten Hag, his former Ajax coach, Van de Beek continued to be overlooked, raising questions about his physical adaptability to the Premier League's demands. Attempts to revive his career via a loan move to Everton in 2022 failed, as injuries and team instability limited his appearances there as well. His role at Manchester United diminished completely, and he became surplus to requirements. What was meant to be a step up to one of the world's biggest clubs effectively froze his development. A player once instrumental in Ajax's European resurgence became a forgotten name at Old Trafford. As of 2024, Van de Beek's career remains in limbo, with no clear path back to top-level football.